Well, it's looking like everything is good again, so I'm very happy with that. Hello, everyone. I'm Great Faith. I believe you're here with me. So welcome to the last Tea Talk of the year. And I want to thank you for being here with me on this last day of 2024. Now, normally I speak to our nutritional health, but today I want to reach out to our souls, our spirits, and emotions that we feel as a result of whatever we're going through. And I want to start by saying something that you might not hear often enough, if at all. You are not invisible. I see you. I see your struggle and I know your pain, the resilience and the strength that it takes just for you to show up, especially on a day like this when the rest of the world seems to be celebrating. Now, for those of us who are living with Lyme, cancer, or any sort of chronic illness for that matter, it can feel like the world just doesn't know what to do with you. Medicine doesn't always have the answers. Friends sometimes don't know what to say. And society, well, society moves so fast, it forgets about those of us who can't keep up. But you're here, and that's what's most important. Now, you're probably already hearing the words of hope and encouragement. So instead, I want to give you something practical, something that you can carry into the new year, even if it feels like the world hasn't caught up to you yet. So let me start with a tool I like to call micro wins. And here's what I know. When you're living with a chronic illness, even the smallest of tasks can be overwhelming. And sometimes it's hard to see the progress because it's so gradual. Maybe it's not even noticeable at all. But that's the thing. Healing happens in those small, deliberate moments, what I like to call micro wins. For example, tomorrow, instead of having some great big, impossible to follow New Year's resolution, choose on one thing to focus on. It could be something as simple as drinking a glass of water before your tea or coffee, stretching for 30 seconds, or saying no to something that drains you. Then at the end of the day, take a moment to acknowledge that. Maybe write it down in a notebook or in your phone, or you could just say it out loud, or better yet, write it on a little note and put it in a jar at the end of every day so that next year, when you open it on New Year's Eve, you notice how I lined you up for that, you can see how amazing you really are because over time, these micro wins add up. They remind you that, yes, you are moving forward, even when progress feels invisible. Now, let's talk about those moments when it really feels like just too much. The ones I'm talking about, when fear or frustration takes over and it feels like the walls are closing in on you. Here's a little grounding ritual that you can try. It's really simple, but it works. You can hold something like, something warm, like a cup of tea or coffee in your hands, a heating pad maybe, or even just, press your hands together. I like to put my hands right here because that's really warm there and I can curl my hands and warm the top of my hands. But whatever, feels nice, that's what I want you to do. And then close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose and hold that for 4 seconds. Then slowly exhale through your mouth for another 4 seconds, and then hold that position for 4 seconds. Rinse and repeat. It's called box breathing. And as you breathe, here's what you silently say to yourself. I am here. I am safe. This moment is mine. That's it. Just repeat it until the storm inside you starts to calm. I am here. I am safe. This moment is mine. It's a small thing, I know that, but it can bring you back to the present and remind you that you're in control, no matter what the day is thrown at you. So I want to address something else also that we don't talk about enough either. It's the loneliness. For so many of you, this journey has been marked by neglect and abandonment. Maybe a doctor dismissed your symptoms. Maybe your BFFs drifted away when your illness didn't go away. Maybe your family doesn't understand why you can't just push through. And it hurts and it's not fair. But I want you to hear this. Their inability to show up for you is not your fault. Chronic illness is hard for people to wrap their heads around. It forces them to confront their own fears, their own limitations, and some just can't handle that. Now, that says everything about them and nothing about you. You are worthy of care. You are worthy of being seen. And until the world catches up, you are part of a community, this community that gets it. I wish I could promise you that this next year will be easier, but I can't. What I can promise is this. You've already proven that you have the strength to face whatever comes next. And on the days when that strength feels gone, lean. You know that song, Lean on Me? I'm serious. Lean on a friend, a ritual, or a moment like this one. Strength doesn't mean never breaking. It means finding ways to rebuild again and again. And yes, I'm sorry, again. So today I'll keep it short. So let's close with a moment of connection. I'd like for you to take your tea or coffee or whatever warm, maybe it's a cup of soup, and hold it close. Okay. And imagine it as a symbol of everything you deserve: warmth, nourishment, love, and care. Now, as you take a sip, I want you to hear me when I say this. You are not alone. You are seen. You are valued. And together we're moving forward, one micro win, one grounding moment, one day at a time. So thank you for being here on New Year's Eve. Here's to finding light, even in the darkest of our corners. And if you'd like to learn more micro tips on how to achieve micro wins, please join my free online wellness site, as well as my discovery group on Facebook, Danny's Wellness Tribe. I also have a YouTube channel, Danny Cade Wellness, and a blog as well. And I know I just threw a lot at you right there. So what I'll do is I'll put the links up above, and then you can pick through that, whatever works best for you. And do know that in my wellness center and the things that I say, I try my best to stay away from a one-size-fits-all program. So there's a little bit of everything for everybody in there. So take what you like and leave the rest, because that's not there for you. That's for everyone else. Okay, so Happy New Year, everyone. And may we all leave this year remembering our highlights and blessings. Bye for now. Oh, about to find my screen. Sorry, guys. Now I'm leaving. I guess I just like being here so much. All right. Happy New Year, everyone.